Hi and welcome to Puertollano. Today we're riding on a Renfe Class 599 through one of Spain's most scenic and nostalgic railway lines. This route once connected Madrid to Portugal, and while its international glory days may be behind, it still has plenty of charm. From sleepy towns where station masters whistle the train to depart to wide open landscapes, and toward the end, sleek and modern track, I'll be showing you the train, the scenery and everything that makes this trip so special, with a little bit of history and technology. Come along! Puertollano, a town with a strong industrial past that, while it might not be on every tourist's radar, is where our trip begins. The station itself is compact but well connected, serving both high-speed and regional lines. From here you can catch a Have or Avant service to Madrid in just over an hour. Accessing the platforms means going through Spain's signature airport-style security. Yes, on stations with high-speed service, passengers have to pass security control even to access other trains. It's quick though, and soon I'm on my way. If you're wondering how to get to Puertollano in the first place, I've got a full video about the Avant service from Madrid. You'll find the link in the description and at the top right of your screen. Waiting for me is this Renfe Class 599, a diesel multiple unit built for comfort and long-distance regional travel. But we'll take a closer look at the train later on. With the doors shut, it's time to leave Puertollano behind. And as usual upon departure, today's trip map. For the next 26 kilometers, our train traces the path of the Madrid-Sevilla high-speed line, a powerful reminder of how much rail travel has evolved. But there's something truly charming about taking the slower way, as we'll soon find out. Our first stop is Brazatortas-Veredas, a small station nestled in the countryside. This is where the pace of the trip begins to slow and the magic of the line starts to reveal itself. As the station master whistles our train, we're off again. An Ave speeds past, vanishing into its own high-speed world, while we stick to the winding path, hugging valleys and mountains. Different speeds, different stories, but both part of Spain's rail magic. As we cruise along, let's take a moment to explore our train. This is a Renfe Class 599. It looks sort of flashy, and it's one of the backbones of Spain's regional network. Inside, it's got everything you need for a comfortable trip. 2+2 seating, vending machines, space for bikes, all in a single-class setup. Simple, but spacious, solid, convenient and comfortable. These trains entered service in 2009, built by CAF, and they reach up to 160 km per hour. You'll find them pretty much anywhere there's no electrification. And here's something you probably wouldn't guess. The 599s were designed with the future in mind. They can be converted to standard gauge and are actually built to handle high-speed lines. Yep, structurally ready to run alongside runs running by the 599 at 300 km per hour. Though, they, for now, stick to their slower scenic path. They replaced older generations of diesel trains, bringing a leap in comfort, smoothness and speed. A big upgrade for regional travel in Spain. All in all, they're not just a way to get from A to B. They're a big part of why regional travel here can be surprisingly pleasant. Going back, time for a seat tour. Past olive groves and quiet towns, this part of Spain feels suspended in time. But behind this peaceful landscape lies a railway with a fascinating story. The line we're traveling today originally formed one of the most important routes in the country. When it fully opened in 1879, it connected Madrid to the Portuguese border via Ciudad Real, Puertollano, Merida and Badajoz. Back then, this was the main corridor between the Spanish and Portuguese capitals, but its international glory was short-lived. Already by the turn of the 20th century, traffic between Madrid and Lisbon began favoring a more direct route further north, through Cáceres and Valencia de Alcántara. While our line lost prominence for international trains, it remained essential for domestic traffic across the autonomous communities of Castilla-La Mancha and Extremadura. The station we're arriving at now, Cabeza del Buey, is the very first station inside this last community. It's a quiet town of around 5,000 inhabitants, where we make a brief stop. As our train continues its and our journey to Badajoz, so does the story of this line. A major turning point came in January 1988. As Spain prepared to build its first high-speed line, the one from Madrid to Sevilla, a large section of this route between Parla, on the outskirts of Madrid, and Ciudad Real was closed to make room for the Dune line. From that moment, the line, which has existed for over 100 years, was no longer continuous from Madrid. But it wasn't forgotten. I'll tell you why after another brief stop. This one in Almorchón, a small but historically significant junction. For decades, this was where a railway branched off toward Córdoba, linking Andalusia to western Spain. The line to Córdoba was first amputated of its final kilometers, and though open today, there's no freight traffic using it regularly. But where was I? Oh yes, how the line lived on after being cut off from Madrid. The remaining section between Ciudad Real and Badajoz continued to serve regional and long-distance passenger trains as well as freight traffic. Over time, long-distance services were reduced and eventually withdrawn in 2011. Today, the line lives on quietly but proudly through express regional trains like ours and freight traffic. It's a blend of eras. Modern tracks allowing speeds up to 160 km per hour, yet still operated between Brazatortas-Veredas and Villanueva de la Serena the old-fashioned way, by phone block and with station masters manually giving departure signals. It's also a route where old-school practice and daily life are so intertwined. Every whistle from a station master, every stop in a small village, it's a reminder that this line, though no longer in the spotlight, still plays a role in connecting communities. And with all this, we reach Villanueva de la Serena, one of the largest towns on this route. Its size and regional importance make it a key stop. It's also here that we can feel the energy shift. This station is a gateway to a more modern railway, with centralized traffic control instead of the manual phone block, and the scenery grows slightly more urban, though the surrounding plains still stretch far and wide. After a few more stops and sweeping scenery, we're now arriving in Merida, the capital of Extremadura and a true open-air museum. Founded by the Romans over 2,000 years ago as Augusta Emerita, it's home to some of the best preserved Roman ruins in Spain, including a stunning amphitheater and an ancient bridge still in use today. Due to this well-preserved history, Merida's archaeological site has been an UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1993. The station itself is a major connecting point for trains arriving from Madrid via Cáceres, Badajoz, Sevilla, and of course Puertollano. From here, the line changes dramatically. we leave the old-school charm behind as electrification and state-of-the-art operations and infrastructure take over. From now on, it's all smooth, fast rails. Gone are the manual blocks and station master's whistles. This stretch isn't just better maintained, it's been thoroughly upgraded. For years, it has served as the main passenger connection between Badajoz and Madrid via Cáceres. This stretch is also partly integrated into Spain's new high-speed line from Madrid to the Portuguese border, currently under construction. That's why, unlike most of the Spanish conventional network, electrified at 3000 volt direct current, here it's 25,000 volt alternating current. Though not yet fully completed, parts of the high-speed line are already in service, with speeds up to 200 km per hour. In time, it will be converted to standard gauge and reach 300 km per hour in the newly built sections, seamlessly linking Madrid to Badajoz and eventually to Lisbon. And here we are rolling into Badajoz, right at the edge of Spain. It's the end of the line for today's journey, but what a trip it's been! I honestly loved every minute of the last 4 hours. This route is one of my absolute favorites. Whenever I travel between Madrid and Badajoz and have the time, this is the line I choose. There's something special about it. The landscapes, the slower rhythm, the old stations, it all tells a story. The train itself, perfectly suited for this kind of regional express service. Comfortable, reliable, and with those big windows that make the most of this fantastic scenery. As I walk alongside the train one last time, I can't help but feel grateful for having shared this ride with you. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you more train adventures, always with a bit of history and technology. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you next week.